Hey guys, back with another video. Hope all you Chief fans out there are having a good time. It was good to see Chiefs get a win over the Niners. I'm a Packers fan myself, but I watched the game down here in Australia on ESPN, and it's good to see the Chiefs get a win after 50 years and see the coach finally get a Super Bowl ring after, what was it, 20 years. So hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you're having fun over there. This is The Flash from 1987. It's issue number 1. It's the first print. I picked this up in Australia for about $30, I think, $30 Australian dollars. Let's get into it. It starts off, Wally's here in New York City. He's walking, and he says, "My name is Wally West. Today I am 20 years old. I feel lucky." He goes and buys some lotto tickets worth $5 and some Baby Ruths. I have no idea what Baby Ruths are. This is before my time. Maybe one of you guys in the comments can tell me what they are. I'm not sure. Anyway, he's walking back and he says, "Time for me to go back to my apartment in Brooklyn and be surprised." He opens the door and it's surprise. All the Titans here have thrown a surprise party for him. We've got Donna Troy up the front looking sexy as ever. Back when women could be women and men were men and comics were fun. And he Flash's girlfriend here, Francine, I think her name is. She says, "Fella, you better be surprised. Donna and I worked all day on this." And he says, "I had no idea, even when you told me to make myself scarce." So I think Wally knew. He's the Flash. He'd have to know he's getting a surprise party. So then Donna here, she says, "Check here, Wally, check this out." And Wally's like, "Should I open it?" And she says, "No, dummy, eat it. Of course you should open it." So Wally opens his present here, and he says, "It's Flash shoes." And Donna says, "We made them at Star Labs. That special fiberglass sole is good for 100,000 kilometers at 700 miles per hour." Wally says, "Oh, they must have cost a fortune." They did, so they better fit. So Wally gets a phone call and he has to race off. And he's got to go. It's the hospital. He gets called in by a doctor. They need him to deliver a heart transplant to Seattle. And the doctor says, "Hey, Kid Flash, thank you for coming. This is Dr. Cummins." And he says, "I'm just the Flash now." And he says, they ask him will he deliver the heart across the country? And he says, "Of course. But you should know I'm not a member of the Titans and receive no funding from them. If I have to do 1,000 miles flat out, there's a cost to me." And he says, "You are not asking a casual favor." And what do we get over here? And the doctor says, "What do you want?" And he says, "Health insurance." And the doctor says, "What?" And he says, "You guys feel free to call on me, and in return you take care of my medical bills. What do you say?" And he says, "Give me the heart and I'll leave, and it will take me 3 hours to get to Seattle." So Wally, he gets the backpack with the heart in there, and he takes off. And he's running across the country. He through the Rocky Mountains by the looks of it. There's snow and everything. And he says, "Do I know that guy?" He sees these people here. This guy's getting beaten up by this guy by the looks of it. And he says, "Do I know that guy, or am I just going nuts?" Meanwhile, Wally's still running across the snowy mountains. And it turns out this guy is a private investigator, and he's out of Thermopolis. The local realtor asked me to run and check on this guy. And it turns out it wasn't the guy he was asked to investigate wasn't a real person. It was just a trap. Vandal Savage. We all know who Vandal Savage is. Vandal Savage has lured this guy out here because he knew the Flash would be there, and to get the Flash out. So we keep going. And Wally, he gets to the hospital in Seattle, delivers the heart, and then he must fall asleep from being exhausted, and then he wakes up and he says, "How long have I been asleep?" And the nurse says, 17 hours. And then he says, "I'm hungry." So he takes off and goes to McDonald's. Even superheroes go to McDonald's, and he gets 5 double cheeseburgers and 4 chocolate malts, please. And any fries with that? And he says no. And he says, sounds like me. I never get fries at McDonald's. And she's like, you are going to a costume party. He's like, yeah, that's right. So he eats his food, he takes off, and then he's talking to the lady who he delivered the heart for, and he's having a talk to her, and then the doctor says you have to leave. So the Flash, he leaves, and he gets on a plane because before he left New York, he said, I'll take the heart, but you have to book me a flight back so I don't have to run back. So he gets on a plane, and then there's the Liberation Army, militia, I take it. They've hijacked the plane and they want to take it to Cuba. So Flash being Flash, he gets up 100 miles an hour, and when no one can see him, and he's puck, 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 and he fights the hijackers, and then he sits back down before anyone could realise it was him. And he's broke his hand by the looks of it. So he's back in a car or a cab or a train or something. He's back to his house and everyone's gone. And he's like, I hope everyone had a good time. And he finds a present in there that wasn't there when he left, and he opens it up and he's shocked. And he says, the smell, it's not from Francine. The hair along the base of my skull stands up. It's a heart. So he gets his suit out, and this view here we got Vandal Savage, I'm guessing. He says, put it on. And then you turn the page, and it's Vandal Savage. Live as the Flash, die as the Flash. Next month, Vandal in the house. So I'll eventually try and track down number 2, and then try and keep this run going. I haven't read it yet. I'm told when Mark Waid gets a hold of it, it's actually a good run. Before Mark Waid was crazy. So it's good book. Old school 80s, 90s books, they're always good. I didn't start reading comics until after the 90s, so I'm going back now and reading all the old stuff. And the old stuff that I have read, it's very hard to find an old book that's not a crappy book for the reasons that we know today of politics and things like that. Books back in the day, they seemed to be, if they were a bad book, it was just because it was bad writing. But this is good. I like it. I'm about Barry Allen fan. I really didn't know much about Wally West until recently when I read Rebirth and things like Rebirth to Titans and stuff. So I'm excited to get reading this and see how he develops his relationship with Linda Park and how that starts and how that becomes, Wally West's wife and things like that. So I'm excited to read that. So yeah, I picked this up for $30 Australian, I think. Probably American would be at least half that price in America. I'm excited to read more. I've just started the channel, reviewing the new stuff, the X-Men, and I'm not really reading much new DC stuff. I sort of stopped reading DC after Rebirth. I think Batman and the Outsiders is really the only new DC that I'm reading until this 5G turns up, and then I'll be finished with DC. I'm more into indie stuff now. But yeah, as I said in one of my previous videos, where I am here in Australia, I don't have a shop that can get books on a weekly basis, so I have to get books in the mail. So some of my books are usually a week behind. So I'm going to try and get videos on time and start reviewing comic books when they first come out. But if my reviews are a week late, then you'll know why, because I've only just got the book. I can't get all books on time. I think I only get books every fortnight now. I've got to get them from Sydney. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm new to this YouTube thing, so anyone in the comments want to leave me some tips and pointers and advice of what you want to read and what you want me to review, feel free. I'd love to hear your opinions. Turns out doing comic reviews aren't as easy as everyone makes it look. It's quite hard. But we're going to learn. We'll learn together, and we'll see how we go. So if you like the content and want to keep seeing videos, like and subscribe and spread the word. Tell your friends, and see if I can grow this channel into whatever we can. Thanks. See you next time.